So tonight we are going to attempt a BPAL review on ultimate difficulty mode. That's why I'm wearing fluff. It's not actually to go with this makeup, although I think you will agree it is the finishing touch. I actually just tried to put a bloody choker back on. This is the choker I wanted to wear. It looks nice on skin. It's all shiny in different colours, but it's also very, very sweaty. So I took it off, trying to do up safety pins like this. No, I can't do anything. People wear these things in pictures, and I assume they don't immediately go, fuck this shit, and rip them straight off, but I can't do anything. I mean, I tried to blow my nose earlier. I had to do it with my knuckles. It was profoundly stupid. So anyway, yes, BPAL, I can't stop wiggling my fingers, I'm sorry. I have 6 bottles of BPAL that have come from fairly recent orders, mostly because of it being my birthday in April. So I bought myself some stuff, and then I didn't get money actually, I got an actual BPAL voucher. So it had to go to BPAL, it wasn't my fault. And yes, so I got more things. So yes, essentially I have 6 bottles, all of which I really fucking love. So I've got a 13, I've got a Lupercalia, I've got one of the tarot ones, King Cake, don't even know what collection that's from. I have Eve from the Only Lovers Left Alive collection, and I have Blacklight Reactive Poster. So that, yeah, they're really all over the place, the things I have to test, and I don't know how the frig I'm even going to pick up the bottles like this, but nonetheless, let us begin. Oh dear God. Right, I'm going to try and give you the scent notes, the official ones first, and I am using a computer with my knuckle right now to try and scroll down. Right, okay, so we are going to start with Blacklight Reactive Poster, which has, actually I'm going to put up pictures, aren't I? I don't have to go like this and show you the label art. It's got very cool label art, and because I love UV reactive stuff so much, I was really intrigued by this, and also I saw the reviews saying that it had a patchouli note very similar to Streets of Detroit from the Only Lovers Left Alive collection, at which point I was like, well, I clearly need this because I fucking love that scent. So the notes are just nag champa, patchouli, and weed smoke. And oh duh, I thought it was like supposed to smell like fresh weed, and I'd always thought it fucking doesn't. But okay, it's supposed to be weed smoke. Alright, okay, well, I tried this when it was fresh out of the mail about a week and a half ago, and I've not really touched it since, so let us see. Oh my god. It looks demented, everything. Oh, how do I see? My thumb is in the way. Oh, I'm gonna spill some. Oh, sideways. Okay, sideways works. Right, I'm gonna spill something here. This is gonna be bad. There is gonna be a spilling and a lot of swearing, and okay, withdraw slowly from the bottle, don't knock it everywhere. Right, okay, I've got 6 to do, so if I do 3 on each arm, I can't get it on my skin. Oh my god, okay, it's working. It's getting on me. It's getting on me. Okay. I still don't think it smells anything like anything weed related to me. It does have the Streets of Detroit patchouli, that's completely correct. Which is quite a kind of, oh, how to describe it, because there's so many different patchoulis. It's, well, my mum likes it, so it must be a bit of a hippie stink, I guess, but it's not really hippie stink patchouli, I don't think. It's quite badass smelling. It smells very badass, and almost a bit like leather, almost a bit like black leather. There is kind of, yeah, it smells very similar to Streets of Detroit, actually, and things that I thought were in Streets of Detroit, like the motor oil note, and I always think there's a bit of leather in there, I can actually smell them in this. So apparently all of this weirdness and coolness is just in the patchouli. I don't like this quite as much as Streets of Detroit, I don't think. This is a little bit kind of lighter and almost a little bit floral smelling, whereas Streets of Detroit is all just badassery and sex, and I very much recommend that one. I think it's probably in stock at the moment, with them having restocked the Only Lovers scents, but why am I talking about that one? Because it's better. So yeah, no, even drying down, I get nothing that smells like weed smoke. Does anybody think it smells? Yeah, there's some people saying it smells like someone's like stash tin or something, and I'm like, no, dude, no. I get neither indica nor sativa from this. I get no smoke. There is no weed element. Oh, there's almost a little bit of Nag Champa now, actually. Actually, it's getting quite Nag Champa-y. That's what it starts as, like a little kind of floral sweetness, and ooh, I'm liking this a lot more than when I tried it before. Like, it was literally Streets of Detroit, but not as good. Whereas, ooh, it's becoming its own thing. Okay, I'm going to put that down for a minute and see what it's like when I come back to it. Right, I'm going to try and click on another window here using this bit of my finger. Okay, scrolling with my knuckles. So yes, Eve. Eve is the one I have to review from the Only Lovers Left Alive collection. I know some people have really gone crazy since they've been restocked and have been grabbing everything to try since they didn't really get a chance the first time round. I have tried to do that with some collections actually, but it always seems a bit futile to try and collect a whole collection because inevitably you're not going to love everything. It is satisfying having it complete if you love the label art or something, but as far as the Only Lovers collection, I have tried quite a lot of them, and yeah, the only one I actually kept was Streets of Detroit. Everything else got sold. All in all, the Only Lovers scents haven't been a huge success for me, but Eve, I did get a little decant from someone with the first wave when it was, you know, crazy prices. People were paying like, I don't know, $100, $200 or something easily on eBay for like a bottle. And I decided I liked it very much, but I didn't like it enough to spend that much on a bottle. So now that it's been restocked, I have it. And the notes are, her scent is one that travels through the aeons? How do you say that word? The Irish moss, yarrow and hawthorn of the Iron Age Britons, ancient Rome's, oh my god, omphacium, and honey, myrrh and calamus from Egypt, the frankincense and damask roses of the Florentine Renaissance, white sandalwood from the Far East, Moroccan saffron and rose water, and a swirl of incense from the souks. Fuck, I can't read any of this. All right, it's got lots of complex things, but anyway, there's some rose water. Actually, roses. There are lots of roses. Honey and myrrh, nice sweet things. Is there amber? I don't think there's amber. Incense, frankincense, makes everything smell quite sad. And then, yes, moss and things are interesting. And it's nice. It's nice, I can tell you that already. Oh god, please don't let me spill Eve. Please, please, please. Oh, this is bad. This is very bad indeed. Okay, right. And again, with the difficulty. Oh, Eve is really nice, yes. Yeah, I mean, it is rose. Rose is basically the forward note. If I was to categorise it as anything, it would be rose. Because they had a batch, actually, that they were selling on the Etsy site, I think. They fucked up a batch of Eve, and instead of putting rose in, they put sage in. And said it was really quite good, and if I had any money I would have bought a bottle because I love sage and it's really not in many perfumes, but it's nice when it is, and I think this would be gorgeous with sage in. So if anyone has a bottle of that and fucking hates it, then you know where I am. But yeah, it's actually, I really don't know what the mood of this scent is. There is something quite fluffy and marshmallowy about it, actually. I guess the kind of the honey and the rose, and particularly the rose water, I think, is that fluffy marshmallowy softness. But it's really quite comforting. It's a very comforting, laid back sort of scent. And yes, obviously people did love the shit out of it, hence the complete hysteria over the first batch. And yes, again, I love it. I do love it. I'm glad I got a bottle. I don't think it's worth losing your shit over to that degree. I mean, yeah, alright, if you love roses, because it's the vibe, I think, that mostly made me think I wouldn't wear this many places, because honestly I think it's quite a mature vibe. Obviously Eve is ancient, so it's going to have that, but when you are a human wearing something with a mature vibe, honestly, it smells a little bit like someone in their early 60s. Sorry, I had to say it. It does. Doesn't mean it's not a fucking lovely perfume. It is lovely. I will wear it, but it's not something I could ever see myself putting on to go to a social event because the vibe is so weird. But maybe it's different on other people's skin. Maybe people have different associations with this scent. I don't know. But anyway, moving on like this to the one that I really was the most excited about with these perfumes, and this is becoming decidedly infuriating. These are coming off the minute I get on the computer. Right, yes, is King Cake. King Cake has really, really cute label art, and the scent notes are a sweet brioche cake with a hint of almond. I was worried about that because I don't like almond. Glazed with cream cheese frosting and gleaming with purple, green and gold sugar. So obviously the purple, green and gold sugar was what got me, since anything New Orleansy I have to have. And I do like sugary notes. Nice. So this one is very nice. It's very nice. This one has been nice from day one out of the mail. I was like completely losing my shit about it. Oh god, it's nice. Yes, it's really nice. And actually the conclusion I came to about this one, in short, is that it's Midway. It is Midway on steroids. It really is. If you're fairly new to BPAL, you may not know, Midway was one of their most kind of classic and sought after scents. I used to have bottles of both versions. I've only got a dribble left now because I sold it all off because it didn't smell on me. But anyway, basically it was the smell of a fairground, like a kind of spooky midnight fairground. So you had like kind of donuts and like funnel cakes, I think, maybe, and candy floss. It was mostly donuts and candy floss, and it was cotton candy to you. It was really, really lovely. Really lovely. I used to wear it as my raving scent all the time, but it was the wimpiest scent in the world. Some people got lucky, but most people would find the minute you put it on, it evaporated. Even if you tried it in a locket, it didn't smell of anything. And actually, rather than getting better with age, Midway seemed to fade and fade and fade with age. So as excited as people get over bottles of the original, by now it doesn't smell of much. Whereas this King Cake, actually it smells exactly like fucking Midway. All the colourful sugars come together and basically form cotton candy, and the cakiness is fucking donut. It smells like donuts, and it's a nicer donut, actually, than in the Sufganiot scents, the raspberry and the strawberry and whatever else there's been. This is amazing. This is, I look so awkward smelling my elbow, but, it's like, yeah, if you don't like sweet stuff, you'd fucking hate it, but, it's like tooth-meltingly sweet. But there's a gooiness too, like I get a gooey kind of donut. I guess that's the cream cheese frosting, although it's not like Beaver Moon. It's gooier, very gooey and very real. Yeah, like literally it smells exactly like having some big gooey donut in your hand, and like the smell of it just before you bite in, it's that. And yes. So this, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if you've ever wanted Midway or you've tried Midway and were galled to find it didn't smell, then get King Cake. It is brilliant. I'm pretty sure it's still up on the site and live. And I really want a backup bottle as soon as I have money, because it's lovely. Anyway, moving on, flap, flap, flap. This is going to be 13. This is 13 that came out, I believe, on April the 13th. Well, it's obviously the 13th this year, which I got because it was only 2 days before my birthday. So I thought, this is kind of my birthday one. So the 13 scents, they always have 13 ingredients, and there's a whole list of things about how lucky and unlucky the number 13 is, that there's various good things and various bad things. So they make, every Friday the 13th, they make a different scent with 13 things. There's usually some kind of chocolatey scent in there, be it white, milk, dark, anything. Something chocolatey usually, and then a whole bunch of shit. And some I've loved. I've never met one I've hated, actually. And one of them is one of my favourite ever. So I thought I will get my nearly birthday one. And this one has dark chocolate with 13 protective herbs and offerings to keep capricious spirits at bay. Red wine, Spanish moss, yarrow, black sage, coconut meat, nutmeg, black clove, caraway, allspice, yay, archangel, crushed acorn, marshmallow root, yay, and I never know how you say this, mullein, don't even know what it is or what it smells like. So this one I have been, right, onto the other arm, can't do up my fucking sleeves either. Yes, this one I have tested a couple times and I like it a lot, but it never seemed to have much staying power on me, unfortunately. And it wasn't, oh god, this is weird actually, because when I looked at the reviews, people were raving on about what a strong scent this is and what good throw it's got, and I was like, is my skin weird, or is my bottle weird, or are you weird? I don't know, but it doesn't smell strong to me. Not after about 5 seconds. So maybe it's improved now. I don't know. Right. That was close to a spillage. Oh shit. Okay. Composure. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it is nice. Oh, it's even nicer, I think, than when I last tried it. Red wine, yes, lots of red wine, and it's familiar. It is a familiar red wine, but I can't think what it's in as well. Maybe, how do you say this, Sentzon Totochtin? The one that's sort of dark chocolate and red wine that I really love and need a full bottle of. The red wine is similar to that. Is there red wine in Blood Kiss? It's not very much like Blood Kiss actually anyway, but and again, it's just evaporated, and I'm finding it very hard already to tell you what it smells like. Is my nose overwhelmed? Hang on. It doesn't have much smell. Already it's just on my skin, so that's a bit disappointing, because I do like it. You get this initial blast of kind of red wine, little bit of the spices of the nutmeg and the black clove, not much allspice, little bit marshmallowy. There's something, I think it must be the coconut meat. Yeah, I guess coconut meat with kind of sangria like red wine is what makes it quite kind of summery and almost tropical. Oh, it's coming back actually. Hello. It's coming back and it's very different. It's kind of drying down. All the sort of sweet sangria kind of red wine has faded away a bit, and it's more kind of dry herbs, but there is something that still smells a bit like a pina colada in here. So it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre and it's very all over the place, and I think it would be really fun actually. It'd be a really fun summer smell if it didn't just completely disappear, but apparently everyone else finds that it has brilliant throw, so I think it's my skin. Fucking nice. It's nice, but it needs a huge amplifier. So moving on to whatever the hell this says in the corner here. I have got about 37 windows open and it's not good. So this is Globe that I'm going to review now. This actually is from the Lupicalias this year, I believe, and I initially hated it. I got it, I hated it, I put it in my sales box, I actually listed it for sale. And it was only when I I edited my sales post and I put descriptions in. And I did what most people do when they're selling BPAL, is that they get paranoid that, hang on, I haven't tried that very much. I'll just give it another test. And I tested a few and I actually pulled 2 out of the sale. And so I nearly lost this one, you know, I nearly gave it away just because it was a bit shit straight out of the mail. And it's great now, it's really lovely. So Globe, oh, it's more words I can't say. How fantastic. A russet chypri? It could be anything. A russet slathered in vintage patchouli and black tea with golden amber, Heber wood and orris root. So woods and sorry, not orris root, iris root. So kind of black tea, bit of amber, that's always good. Patchouli, not bad, and a bit of wood and iris. And that sounded quite interesting. And people were banging on about how it was a lovely, lovely kind of masculine cologne, like a really nice, posh masculine cologne. So I was like, ooh, ooh, and I think that's why I bought it. So I do pretty much agree with what everybody said about that. Actually, it is definitely a boy smell. And I wish with the Lupercalias actually they made it a bit more clear which ones were more masculine leaning. Like sometimes you can tell from the name or the notes, but sometimes like this you really don't fucking, I mean that, you know, amber, iris, black tea, patchouli, that doesn't sound desperately masculine. And you know, so it's only when the reviews come out and people say, oh, there's a lovely boy smell, that I'm like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy that too. Oh, it is a sexy boy smell. Like right out the gates is a really strong, sexy boy smell. That yes, it's weirdly quite cold actually, considering it's got amber and patchouli and actually tea. Tea can be cold. It's quite a cold boy smell. You know, it smells kind of navy grey blue. That's the colour it smells. It's got, you know, it's got that smell. Like boy smells often have that kind of smell, if that makes any sense. Is it just me? I don't know. It's hard to pick out notes actually with this. There is definitely woodiness. There is a bit like an expensive cupboard, like getting something out of an expensive antique cupboard, that kind of slight, not quite dusty, but you know, that kind of like deep, kind of posh old wood smell. I don't know what the fuck the thing I can't say is. The shiper, the stupidly spelled word that I don't even know what it means. I don't know what it smells like either, unsurprisingly. So I don't know if I'm smelling that or not. I don't really get tea. I think the tea was like the one note I was like, that would be lovely, but I don't get tea. And the iris, I suppose because it's the root of the iris, it's not crazy floral, but there is something a little bit kind of pale purple about it. Why am I describing this one in smells rather than anything else? I don't know. I think it's very smoothly blended. It's a thing. It's a compound. It's not a mixture. That's what it is. You can't fish the bits out afterwards. That's all I can say about that one. So the last one that I have when I get the mouse there is, yes, if you've made it this far, fuck, I've talked for a very long time. If you've made it this far, you're finally going to get to the one that I actually really am very, very excited about, which is the Storyteller from the tarot ones. I don't know, I just scrolled down a whole big bunch of collections because I had a voucher to spend, so I didn't pay much attention to what collection was what. But anyway, this one, I'm going to spill this one, aren't I? This is the one I like the most, so I'm going to spill it. The notes are beeswax, leather, hearthwood and campfire smoke, and this one smells like Hand of Glory. It does. After all these years, my favourite perfume in the entire world by BPAL or by anyone else, Hand of Glory. This is the closest thing I have ever smelt to it. It's a little bit different. Hand of Glory remains my favourite, but this is very nice in its own very similar way. So let's give you a go. I haven't tried this one actually in a few days either, and it's quite new, so this may also surprise me. Please don't let me spill it anywhere, thank you. Right. Get this on very clumsily. Oh, dear God. Oh, that's better. Thank Christ for that. I was like, what the fuck has happened to you? Oh, that's better. Yeah. It still smells like Hand of Glory. It's slightly fresher. When it says hearthwood, there's almost something kind of piney about it. Very gently piney. Like if you think pine stuff smells like toilet freshener, don't be afraid. It's not. It's just foresty. It's kind of freshly cut, foresty hearthwood. But it is actually smoky. Like, you know, I always complain that BPALs aren't smoky. This actually, it does have a smoke note, kind of. It's not half as smoky as Hand of Glory, but there is promise. There is promise, and to be fair with Hand of Glory, I am comparing a bottle that is, I don't know how many years old now, like what, a decade or more old, to this. So yeah, it's going to smell different. And the things that make it Hand of Glory-y are the beeswax and the leather. Obviously the Hand of Glory, you've got, you know, the kind of leathery skin on the Hand of Glory, you've got the candle, the beeswax candle, and you've got it smoking, and that's what makes up Hand of Glory. And this, the notes are very similar. The beeswax and the leather they've used, it's the same, I guess, kind of like brownish leather that they've used, but it's quite an old, dry, I guess, leather. And the beeswax is just my favourite fucking beeswax that they do, because it is so hit and miss. Like, anything with beeswax in I usually buy. But, you know, real classics like Lights of Men's Lives, I think that smells like sun cream. I don't get beeswax or candles or anything like that from it. So most beeswax scents I buy, I end up selling. Whereas this, it just is. It's that warm, golden, lovely with the smoke beeswax, and it's very Hand of Glory. But it being called the Storyteller, because that was one of the reasons I bought it. Actually, was the name. I was like, I like that. That's a good me smell. I'm going to buy that. I don't know whether there's something kind of papery about it, something, you know, a bit storytellery, that they've put some kind of old book note in there, because actually, I also own Burning Book, and Burning Book is also very similar to this, actually, the kind of slightly charred old papery with a bit of leather, but Burning Book's also got ink in it, and there is no ink in this, so if you hate ink, that won't bother you. But it's lovely Hand of Glory smell with just a little bit more kind of like sparkly, piney, or not quite piney, but sparkly, foresty freshness to it. So it's almost like a, I guess, kind of summery, sort of maybe slightly damp summer evening version of Hand of Glory. I think it's not so spooky. That's the one thing I would say. It's not quite so spooky as Hand of Glory. Like, in the reviews, actually, of Hand of Glory, a lot of people said they've sold their bottles because they find it so disturbing. It's just got a disturbing vibe about it, whereas weirdly, I find Hand of Glory quite a comforting smell, but I guess just because I've had it for so long and I love it so much. But it's quite badass. It is a bit badass and spooky, and this, more mysterious and mildly sinister. So it's like, I guess it's like Hand of Glory's little brother. And that is my 6 done. I have taken over half a fucking hour to do this, and therefore I'm going to have to edit myself heavily. But I haven't spilled anything, nor have I ripped off one of these terrifying talons yet. But my fluff is in disarray, and I have a feeling there is something in my fucking eye that I can't get out. So all in all, this is not going to happen very often. But anyway, if there are BPALs that you have tried recently that you think I would like, tell me things. Yes, I don't think I have much else to say, unsurprisingly, considering I've talked rather a lot already. I guess I'm going away now. Bye-bye! Oh, twinkle, 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 little witch. Twinkle, twinkle, little witch fingers. Bye-bye!